I hired the world's greatest manager, Pep Guardiola, and I thought that this was exactly what we needed to start winning trophies. Instead, some of our players are staging a revolt against Pep. Apparently, majority of the squad is unhappy with Pep's tactics. Not just that, they're finding his training sessions too intense. And overall, there's a sentiment in the squad where they miss Frank Lampard. And right now, we're still in early stages of this protest. So as the club owner, I should try and cool this down. Now, when we hired Pep, we knew what we were getting into. He's a manager that's headstrong. He has his own tactics, his own philosophy. He's not going to budge from it. And that's exactly what we wanted. To win the Premier League, to win the Champions League at some point, we needed the best. And there's no denying that Pep Guardiola is the best. But of course, he has made some decisions that haven't sat well with the squad. Of course, changing the formation to a 4-3-3. That's kind of put Gallardo completely out of position. Same with Avila. But also, he got rid of Scott McTominay in a brutal way. And that's classic Pep. He's ruthless. He wants to win and he'll do whatever it takes to win. But that really hurt the squad because McTominay was one of the leaders. Amidst all that, results on the pitch are a bit dicey. We're 29th in the Europa League. Premier League, we're doing much better in third. But still, we've not been playing exciting football, especially compared to the Frank Lampard era. And I feel if we don't address this situation now, it's going to boil over and we'll have to then make a big choice of either getting rid of a few players or getting rid of Pep Guardiola himself. Both options, I feel like right now, we cannot afford. Especially getting rid of Pep. I mean, we paid 20 million to sign him. I'm sure he sneaked in a crazy termination clause. I don't even want to think about it. Besides that, what message do we send to the world by sacking the world's best manager? That is not on the table. In fact, in this situation, I feel like I'm going to back the manager over the players 100%. But I do think this surely can't be that big of an issue. If Pep just takes a look at the issues the squad has with him, maybe he can meet them in the middle. Pep is now meeting Concha, the current captain of our club, who's given him a sheet of all the complaints the squad has. Wait a minute. What are these complaints? Albie Normand is unhappy with Pep because he's banned his croissants at the club? Nah, bro, you can't be telling me that a few players in this squad want Pep gone for croissants? What an unserious club. But apparently it's been an S2GFC ritual where after games, the team gets together and enjoys a croissant from Normand & Co. Bakery. Now, the reason Pep had banned it was for the fitness of the squad, but I think he's realizing that for the morale of the team, maybe a compromise would be better. So he's allowing the players to eat one croissant after every match day. I guess this solves this problem. The second one is that Pep has banned dressing room music. And okay, I can see why this has annoyed a few players, because these days the squad is listening to the club's anthem, No Face, No Case. Of course, this is Joshua Kwashi's song, but still, this can't be a reason they want Pep out, bro. Like, seriously. Again, Pep is willing to compromise here. It's not a big deal. But finally, this is where things get interesting. The tactics. The squad believes that the Frank Lampard system, a 4-2-3-1, playing counter-attacking football, that suits them. And they want to go back to a version of it. And for this, Pep Guardiola is not willing to compromise.
Okay, guys, playing 4-2-3-1, we can get third place or second place. But if you want to be champions, you need to come out of your comfort zone. Play as I tell you for one season, and I'll make you champions.
A speech like that to the entire dressing room did send shockwaves, especially to Nicholas Hart. He saw this as an opportunity, believing in Pep, improving his game, and proving his parents wrong. Nicholas was the first player to get on board with Pep. He told his teammates to stop whining, putting in the effort, and it looks like Pep has diffused the situation without any more chaos. I feel like as a club owner, I handled this situation well.
I can't believe what I just saw. Did that really happen? Oh my God. Oh my God, did that happen?
But now if results don't follow, we've got to find a way to qualify for the knockouts in the Europa League. There's a lot of money involved as well. Now this is brave from Pep. He continues to believe in the entire squad, rotating the team for such a crucial Europa League game. But he's not budging away from his tactics. He's using Gallardo up top as a striker. Luca Gigante is being shown the faith in the Europa League. One thing's for sure, Pep does believe in the entire squad, but now the players need to reciprocate. I'm sure if the results start coming, they're going to be on board with Pep Guardiola's ideas, because who doesn't want to keep winning? And also, we need to see Pep's signings like Rodri Mendoza put in better performances right now.
Nope.
Nicholas in a bit of space gets tackled. Rodri Mendoza, he's starting to control the game a lot better as he finds some space to break through. Sees a run being made. Gallardo couldn't get there. By the way, don't forget, guys, every round we get to in the Europa League, that's going to be 5 million added into our bank. It's big money at this stage. First, though, we got to secure the 5 million for just getting to the knockouts. But Feyenoord is definitely one of the tougher teams we'll face in this competition, so we've got to be careful. Oh, but space has been opened up. Borges is through on goal, and Luca Gigante, he came forward, but not good enough. If results don't go our way, that is when there's going to start to be a bit of unrest in the squad. But okay, on the counter-attack is where we can maybe cause damage. Here's Avila running through. He's been a key part of Pep Guardiola's team, but he makes a mistake there. And again, Borges goes through. How are we letting them all in? Thankfully, he misses. False 9 of Gallardo has been criticized quite a bit, but he's played it through for Nicholas Hart there, who gets the goal. And it's so important that the man who showed fate to Pep Guardiola scores the goal. And by the way, for that goal, did you see that pass from Gallardo? That's what he can bring as a false 9. Like, look at the way he was able to play this one for Rodri Mendoza. Here he goes. Chance to score. And what a finish. Pep wanted a Rodri. We couldn't get the Ballon d'Or winner. But Rodri Mendoza is still decent. Okay, let's not get too excited because we still have the defenders. It's really poor defending from Kwashi, I think. And we concede. Just awful, especially after getting the lead after so much hard work. By the way, the squad should be motivated to try and get the win because they only get the croissants when the team wins a game. I feel like that's very smart from Pep. That's going to keep the players motivated. They'll get rewarded for every win.
Any questions?
Yes. Are you going to finish that croissant?
Knock yourself out.
One thing I'm realizing, though, is that the Europa League is tough. Feyenoord are one of the best teams in the Eredivisie, and this game was not easy. And also, looks like no croissants for the team. Okay, that draw has made us climb up the table a little bit. We're up to 26th, but we need to start getting wins in the Europa League if we want to go through. Firstly, though, I think we got to highlight Nicholas Hart, because he's been putting so much effort in training sessions, really trying to improve his game. I feel like especially after last season, where his parents demeaned him and gave him the offer to come back to Leicester, that kind of spurred him on. He's now really keen to improving as a footballer. And look at that, guys. His passing from 72 has gone up to 83. His overall has shot up to 82 as well. Nicholas is really turning out to being a leader now in the dressing room. But yep, we need to start winning in the Europa League if we want to go through in this competition. So yeah, the team needs to get a result. Patino. Oh, what a ball for Nicholas Hart. Controls it well, but the finish. I guess he's been focusing too much on his passing. Oh, I see Nico O'Reilly making that run, and Nicholas Hart completely free. Easy tap in. Nicholas Hart getting it back this time inside for Gallardo, who does the job. I'm telling you, boys, under Pep Guardiola, if there's one player that's improved massively, it's Gallardo. And we'll take that, boys. A solid win in the Europa League is exactly what we need. And now we can breathe a little bit easy because we've got up to the top 24. Okay, this is kind of hilarious. During our Europa League travels, Kane was chilling in business class. The rest of the squad was sent in economy, bro. That is kind of harsh.
Is this some sort of peasant joke that I'm too rich to understand?
I mean, hey, to be fair, Kane is the one on a mission to break the all-time Premier League record. He's currently on 242 goals. He needs 18 more to equal it, 19 to break it. It's a tough ask, and Kane is getting old, so I'm not sure if he'll do it. But come on, we're up against Leeds, and I want to see Harry Kane score in this game, maybe a few goals. When he has opened up space, that's what Kane does, and an instant goal within the first 6 minutes. Goal number 243. Scotty Bullock, who I feel is the one player under Pep who's not really shine. I guess because he's not really an inverted winger, and because of that, he's not getting opportunities to cut inside. Oh, and right now we could end up conceding. Big save Unai Simon. But yeah, as I was talking about Bullock, he was probably the one player that was on the forefront of all the protests. And I can definitely see why we're not getting the best out of him in this system. But there's always going to be a case where maybe things don't work out for a few players. They are just going to need to adapt. But right now, Nicholas Hart has broken through really nicely. He's going to cut this one back for Harry Kane. I think even Nicholas knows that Kane is chasing history. Goal number 244. I see Kane making a run through the middle. Can he beat his man, though? That's the real question. Harry Kane?
Nope.
No, he does not have the pace, and I think he's out of stamina. The game does come to an end with a 2-0 result. We'll take it. And also, we pick up back-to-back wins in the Premier League, beating Fulham. And Kane, by the way, does end up scoring, so he's on 245 now. As crazy as it sounds, we might genuinely be in a title race. 6 points off Spurs. But come on, it's Spurs. We know at some point they're gonna bottle. What's interesting to see is Pablo Gonzalo's Leicester City in no man's land, and apparently Leicester City right now are in complete chaos. The Hart family is absolutely frustrated with the results. I have a feeling that Leicester are going to spend big in January, but hey, we'll deal with them when the time comes. For now, it's time for a reunion. We're facing Chelsea. Now, before the game, Frank Lampard had some positive words to say about S2GFC. Good to see that someone that's left us is not just straight away dissing us. I definitely want to beat Frank Lampard and Chelsea here. It would be a massive statement, and to be fair, no denying that we do have the better manager right now. Of course, Frank Lampard was great at man management. The squad loved him, but I'm starting to feel slowly the squad is getting on board with Pep. Few players like Bullock are still struggling to find their feet, but everyone else, they're putting in good performances. But look at the talent Frank Lampard's coaching at Chelsea, man. Arda Güler, we defend that well. By the way, interesting to see Ampadu not in the starting 11 for Chelsea. Did he make a mistake joining Chelsea? Right now, the Rodri Mendoza looking for Nicholas Hart. Come on! That was onside as well. Okay, and sees the run of Scotty Bullock. I think he's onside. No, he's off. Come on, man. He's got to be holding his run in these instances. Scotty Bullock. Oh, lovely release here for Sykes. And I can maybe get this one for Kane. No. One thing I'll tell you with Pep Guardiola's tactics, we are the ones controlling the game. Lampard is having to play completely on the counter-attack. And that's the difference of having a manager like Pep. Of course, there's no guarantee we'll win, but it does mean we've got the best chance of doing so. But yeah, on the counter-attack like this, it could pose problems. Now we need to see how the team handles this. Cross comes in. Easy for Kwashi. A lot of tired legs, and looks like Pep is going to have to make changes. He's going to try something with Bullock on the left and Avila coming on the right. Also, fresh legs in midfield with Albi Normand and Brandon Neal. One thing I'm surprised with Pep is that Normand and Neal, they featured quite heavily under him. I think he likes the energy they bring. O'Reilly, Brandon Neal, looking for Avila here. Should be able to get the goal. Oh, come on. That was surely the chance, but we got to keep believing. Oh, Bullock now. He's playing in the position he wanted, and that's what he can do. Scotty Bullock cutting inside. Absolutely brilliant. And now with the lead, we're looking so much better. Nico O'Reilly cutting this one back. Bullock again. He's literally having a dream game. And what a result, boys. We just beat Chelsea. Guardiola's changes were absolutely perfect. Suddenly, it's starting to feel like Pep has got us dreaming. We're 2 points off Arsenal, 6 off Spurs, but things are looking good. We are creating a gap to Chelsea. By the way, guys, Harry Kane's contract is expiring in 6 months, but he's showing no signs of renewing. Why do I feel like this could be his last year at S2GFC? To be honest, it makes sense that he's 37, and that's why I kind of want him to break the record this season itself. Hopefully, we'll be able to pull it off. But now we're back on the Europa League grind, and we're heading to Italy to face AC Milan. Who would have thought, boys, S2GFC would be enjoying European nights like this? Ooh, and to be fair, Milan aren't having the best of seasons. They're 15th. I feel like we need to win this game if we want to guarantee ourselves a spot in the knockouts. There's still going to be 2 games after this, but I'd much rather get it done now. And also, Pep has rewarded Bullock on this right side for his performance against Chelsea, and Bullock is making it count already. No, he gets tackled. That's one thing about Pep. If you perform, he is going to reward you. Gallardo chipping this one in. What a header from Konsa. Should have been 1-0. I feel like Pep definitely has a strategy in the Europa League to use the false 9. He thinks maybe the extra midfielder helps us control games like this against AC Milan, because talent-wise, they probably do have the better team. One positive is that definitely we've been the better team against AC Milan, controlling this game. We're just missing that goal. And Brandon Neal, though, sees Gallardo, and maybe now we could move for the goal. I need Avila to make the run. Now he's cutting inside. Avila finding space. How has Mignan stopped that? Well, I guess that's what a top-level goalkeeper can do. Okay, it'd be really harsh if we now end up conceding. Rafael Leao. Oh, Sykes, that's brilliant. To stop a player like Rafael Leao like that shows how good he is. And now Gallardo, he needs to play that pass through for Brandon Neal, who's broken through against Milan. No, ref, how have you not given a penalty? Guardiola is fuming on the sidelines. Okay, but now Avila does so well. Gallardo, oh, he puts it wide. Oh, but right now Gallardo again gets there first, maybe looking for a way to get it inside. It's brilliant, but Mignan, how? He's been the wall of Milan in this game. We just can't break through. Full time, and I feel like we've been robbed. In fact, post-match presser, Pep was blaming the referees because that was a stonewall penalty. And oh man, that draw does mean we're in tremendous pressure in the Europa League. We've dropped down to 20th, and our remaining 2 Europa League fixtures are not easy. Fiorentina can give us a fight, Olympiacos as well. But yeah, there's still a month for those games, so we do have time. Plus, it's going to be in the January window. Who knows what Pep might want. For now, though, we're facing Spurs in the Premier League. They're 6 points behind us. I kid you not, we win this game, and we're going to be just 3 points off the leaders. How funny is this game for Harry Kane, though? If he wants to win the Premier League, push forward towards the record, he's gonna have to hurt his boyhood club Spurs. And to be honest, we're gonna find out in this game where we really stand. I feel like Pep Guardiola in his career has gotten the number of Spurs quite often. It's just that, do we have the complete squad to fight for the title? That is the only doubt I have. But right now, Kane has turned his man, goes for goal, and I can't believe it. He has just scored against Spurs, and of course he's not gonna celebrate. That's goal number 246 in the Premier League now. Guess this is what you get when you've got Pep Guardiola. Every team we faced this season, we felt like the protagonist. Yes, we've lost a few games, but we've not lost because we got outplayed. It was just bad luck. That's the difference of believing in Pep's tactics. Scotty Bullock has burst through it. Even though he's playing on the right side, he's now playing with so much more confidence, but he couldn't get the finish. I feel like sometimes he's a bit confused when he's playing on the right. No. We've been opened up, Unai Simon. We needed that. You need your goalkeeper in a Premier League title race, and that was clutch. Guys, we absolutely need to clutch up this win. It would bring down the gap to 3 points. We can start dreaming then. And that's full time, and I cannot stress enough just how important this result is. We are actually in the title race. Just 3 points separating Spurs, Arsenal, and us. And I am genuinely starting to believe that this squad can do it. Because, yep, the talent is there. Players are getting constantly better. Next up, we're facing Leicester City, and that's going to be a fun game because this time I'm going to enjoy it. We're so much better than them, especially with Pep. This could be our chance to smoke them. But hang on, Leicester City have filed a complaint with the Premier League regarding financial irregularities with S2GFC. They're trying to get us under FFP allegations. If found guilty, S2GFC could receive a transfer ban. Bro, there is no way we've breached FFP, man. We've been literally acting like a broke club, having to sell players here and there. Yes, this window we were able to make big signings, but that's because of all the sponsorships. But Pep will be furious if we're not allowed to sign players in January because already he's thinking about plans. We've got to get this mess sorted, otherwise it could derail our season where we are looking like contenders.